Lucy too. I know I'm not supposed to be on this late, so many of you won't even know. Oh, look at all our late bloomers. Sleepless on Orlando. Check on in. I'm getting our room all nice. I'm getting our room all nice and comfortable. Come on in. Yes, it is like after 1 a.m. in the morning. When we said we couldn't sleep. It was real. Please. Peace, everyone. Peace, peace, peace to the east, the west, north, and the south. I'm just getting our room nice and prepared. Blissful black moon. I still have my. Do you believe I still have my sunglasses on? This is a shame. This lets you know what's going on with me. I got sunglasses on. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. No more chicken noodles. Check on it. Yeah, sometimes with Palo Santo it gets really dry. Birthday, new moon, blissful anniversaire. So Chris, whose birthday is it? Shitra? Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Blissful new moon, you wonderful being. It's a wonderful day especially it's a new moon. I hope you're manifesting. Get ready. We're going to go into our wonderful new moon. Oh, I love the birds. I saw you late night bloomers. Look at all you wonderful beings here. It's 1 o'clock on the East Coast, so I see this is probably our West Coast family coming in. That's in your first house, Frank? See, Frank, oh, you're going to have amazing manifestation. Come on in. Okay. For many of you, you started your fast already. I read the actual, let me turn down our music. Hold on. I just had to do a trickling. East to the east, west, north, and the south. Yes, I read a lot of the comments after we did our live stream last time. So a lot of people wanted to start Thursday. So starting Thursday is fine. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Many people wanted to start Thursday. So it's fine to start your fast on Thursday. I've got our black water. I've got some cherries. And it's on and popping. Blissful new moon. Blissful black Lilith new moon, everyone. This is amazing. Do you know how amazing? Okay, so hold on. We're going to talk about the new moon and what this may mean for you. Okay, hold on. Hold on, family. I had it up originally, so I've got this. Okay. All right, family. So actually, it's not tomorrow. It's today. For those who are in the East Coast, we're already hitting the time frame where the new moon is going to show up. So this is very epic, and that it's a second new moon in a month. That's why it's called a black moon. Now, black moon is kind of like an oxymoron because a black moon is no moon. So basically, it isn't any moon because new moon phase means you aren't seeing the moon at all. And that's when you do your wonderful manifestation. So I hope that many of you did your clearing. I've been cleaning the house all day. I actually have stuff I'm donating. You know, during new moons, I like to clear out. So I leave room for things to come in. You know, I want to make sure that I haven't any VIP chairs being taken up, any spaces that are being taken up that aren't having any usage. So I make sure I clear this space. I actually have furniture that's going out of the house in the morning. So I think big up to Selma. Selma, you're on here with me. I just spoke to Selma. So Selma, we have the times of the new moon. So the new moon is hitting for East Coasters, it's 2:11 for us. For those in Vancouver, what is that? Vancouver? No, Vancouver. Vancouver. It's going to be what is it for you again? It's 8. No, what is it again, Selma? Selma, give me the times. It's 8:11 in Europe. So if you're in Europe, in Sweden or Denmark, okay. Oh, it's 11 okay, PST. That's Mountain Time. That's West Coast time. It's 11 for you guys tomorrow. 11:11. That's right. It's 11:11 for you guys in the West Coast. So it might go. You might get like a rock in because your portal's opening then. So you don't be surprised if you feel a little shake and shimmer. So for those of us on the East Coast, it's going to be 2:11, and in Europe, up in the Netherlands, it will be 8:11. How do I know that? Thanks, Selma, for that. Anyway, so I hope you have your manifestation, clear out your house. You still have time, even though it's already starting. Can you feel that retrograde? Can you feel that retrograde like moving out? So let's talk about that. The new moon. So I'm going to read about this. Okay, so basically, we have a lot going on here. It is, let's see, this is, like I said, a black moon usually means it's the second new moon in a month. That's what makes it a black moon, okay? This is a powerful and potent time. All of the lunar lovers can agree with this. Let's see. Hold on. I had some interesting. Okay. So depending on where you are, that's how it will hit you. Okay. It's also, wait, another thing we have to discuss. It's also a supermoon. I forgot to put that in the remarks. The new moon is also a supermoon. That's a new moon at its nearest to the Earth's monthly orbit. So wait, family, I didn't even realize this. Not only is it a black new moon in LIlth, which is a whole nother combination platter, it's also a supermoon. So we've got, oh, wow. I hope, listen, family, you better get your manifestation on right now. I hope you're fasting. Who's got their cherries? You better have your mangoes, your water. Drop it like it's hot. Make sure you clear out your house. If you have something or someone taking up space that is leaving you stagnated, push them on out. Rebuke them. Rebuke them. Get them out. Say, listen, you aren't filling the space properly. I'm due for an upgrade. I'm gonna have to push you out and allow for better energies to come in. Let me behave myself. Okay, so it's a black new moon, LIlth new moon, super moon. All right, so it's on and popping. Super moons are, you've heard of blue moons. We usually have that. So black moons, and there's harvest moons. Okay, so let's see what's going on with this new moon. This new moon has great focus on acquiring material wealth. For all you people who like to ask, Flurboon, how can I acquire abundance? This is the time. I'm telling you, family, clear out the house. Get rid of all the stagnated things. Clear out your corners. Get your little space. I hope you're writing your manifestation. Maybe you leave 0 negations. And always add gratitude, because you can't get more of what you're not even grateful for. So you have to say, I'm grateful for the amazing abundance that I have, and it's beyond what I've imagined or what I wasn't able to imagine. You have to be in abundance as well, but you have to bring in gratitude, because that brings more of it. The universe rewards you for being happy. So when you're grateful for the little things you have, it'll bring more of those little things, and there'll be bigger things. Vice versa. You just cleaned your house. Awakened soul knows this. That's why your name is Awakened. That's what I'm talking about. So clear. Listen, I have furniture sitting out right here. I'm not going to show you. I have couches I'm giving away. These couches didn't have a purpose. They're beautiful couches. And I told my neighbor, I said, listen, I'm going to donate them. If you want them, you can have. My neighbor said, yeah. So this is even better. My abundance is already starting because I'm clearing out my house. My neighbor's going to take these couches. They just sat and they didn't have any purpose. So now I'm already clearing out more space. So I'm excited about it. I'm donating all these clothes, little girl clothes, to the women's shelter tomorrow. I'm gonna make sure I have like stuff outside to be donating, and I'm getting my house painted tomorrow. Listen, we're in abundance. Okay, so let me go on. I'm excited. It's after 1 o'clock. I'm probably gonna get tired in like 15 minutes. Okay, so listen. The new moon has great focus on acquiring material wealth, probably health too. This may be through material inheritance. Oh snap! Who's getting inheritance? We're going over your house. Who? If you get an inheritance, are you cooking or are you going to hire a cook? Because I like to get an invitation, please. I want to be able to eat in 7 days. So don't invite me until the 7 days are over, and then I want to eat. This may be through material inheritance or through inherited character trait or talent. Whatever the case, family loyalty and values are tested at this time, as it is important of passing something of value down to one's descendants. So this is a time to do things, be the change you want to see in the world. Girl, you drinking? Yeah, I'm drinking. You know what I'm drinking? Black charcoal, bamboo charcoal water. So sad. This is as exciting as it gets on a Tuesday night. Go figure. And you know what's interesting about this? It's crisp. You know when you drink charcoal water, right? Drunk on charcoal. This is a black moon. Listen, I'm in blackness. I'm in darkness. This is the darkness of the moon. I'm in the frequency. No, I'm alcohol free. Unfortunately for everyone, that's why I don't need to drink. Okay, hold on. So whatever the case, family loyalty and values, make sure you're passing something to your descendants. So at this time, thank you for the shades. I have shades on at 1 o'clock in the morning because I was cleaning all day. So I just forgot I had them on. But this is an important time for you to have something. So whatever you inherit, it should be something that you pass down to your descendants, to your family, extend it to your family. So it doesn't matter if you inherit like $20. It's cool. It's like, you know what? Let me go and do like 2 for 1 smoothies over at, a smoothie place. I mean, it could be something like that. It doesn't always have to be something really, really huge. You take what you get and you extend it. That's all. Okay, so, this is interesting. It says a problem with this new moon is that you may be pressured to identify strongly with the family clan. So if you have family things going on now, you might be pressured to have to take a stance. That's what I think it means, okay? The ancestral connection brings our spirit guides closer to us. It's to feel somewhat comforting. Someone has to back you. The negative side of the new moon could dredge out a nasty family skeletons, and bitter family feud. So be mindful of something popping out of the family closet. Uncle Bill could be wearing heels on weekends, and Aunt Sue just found out about it, and it's going to be on and popping in that house. So just be mindful that this could have revelations. Now, it doesn't always mean negative. Skeletons could be a bag of cash in the closet. A bag of bonds, you know what I mean? Remember Bank of Bonds? Bag of bonds in the closet. All of a sudden you have like these $100 CD bonds in the closet and you didn't know where it came from. Or you find your crystal steerage, you find some crystals in your closet that you forgot you had. So it could be anything, okay? So skeletons isn't always negative. I think we say it like that because something that shocks you sometimes throws you in a little bit of a loop, okay? So So the new moon is an important time to set your intentions for the month, to start anew with fresh goals in mind, and to have a ceremony or ritual that wipes slates clean. The black moon only amplifies this cleansing energy, dragging your deepest strengths and desires to the forefront, uninhibited. This is beautiful. It's possible that this moon will pull out your darkest feelings, your scariest skeletons. Oh, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Everything that you keep hidden and would rather continue to avoid. It's an important time that drama might ensue, but all negative emotions of the spectrum like envy, hatred, and revenge will sit on the surface of everything. It's recommended that you remain patient during this time. Think twice before you're going through anything risky. These unflattering emotions are a product of pain that needs to be embraced. Remember, we talked about embracing aspects of your shadow. Remember that? And the black moon is here to help us purging through the purging process. Okay, so it's all now. Before I go into the Mercury retrograde ending, okay, so this, I love this black moon. Sometimes in the darkness, we talked about this before, we aren't afraid of the darkness anymore. Many of us have walked in the darkness without being able to really see and to really take in the fact that we know that we have everything necessary to survive and thrive. So we've already been walking through the darkness. This is a nice thing about this group collectively. I know a lot of you, and we've walked through it. Some of us walked through it hand in hand. Some walked alone, and then we came and saw each other at the end of the, at the end of that spectrum where we could see a little light. So we've been walking through the dark, and this is a beautiful time. So if something pops out that needs to be relieved and seen, listen, accept it. You know what I'm saying? Accept the shadow. Remember, we're going to reintroduce the shadow to yourself. Remember, it's the same thing as the Groundhog Day. Every year we have, for spring, we have the groundhog. If he comes out and he sees a shadow, he runs back in, and then we have more winter, right? But when he comes out and he doesn't see a shadow, I don't think it's that he doesn't see a shadow. I think he may not be afraid of his shadow. When he isn't afraid of his shadow, we have spring, right? So it's a matter of accepting that. So this black moon is perfect for manifestation. So make sure you clear out your house. You have enough time. Make sure you are purging anything that's unnecessary, and also reincorporating things that are part of your shadow, that are aspects of yourself that came about from trauma, but probably something you can utilize at a time that maybe you need to utilize in times of strife when you're going to have to use that shadow. Okay. So let's go through the Mercury retrograde ending. This is the part. So it's time to celebrate the end of Mercury retrograde. The intense pressure you have been feeling this past month will be lifted, and the rest of the summer, whoop, whoop, happy birthday, all you Leos, Lion Gate in the house. The past month will be lifted, and the rest of the summer will be more peaceful and enjoyable. Thank goodness. I actually had a decent Mercury retrograde. I kept to myself though, right? I just kept to myself. I didn't really interact too much with anyone. You've been crying? Oh, well, love, look at us, you'll be fine. You purge, a lot of purging, a lot of releasing, a lot of acknowledgement, you'll be fine. So let's see. So take some time and celebrate on this new moon. I hope you're celebrating. Tomorrow we'll be celebrating. Obviously I want to have some coffee. I really don't have to stop the coffee until Thursday because everybody else is starting to fast. I can just do the fruit and everything. Anyway, we'll go into that, but that's okay. Plant your new intentions and know that they will come to pass. The new moon is about starting with an empty, clean slate. It is the conception of an idea to become birthed into life, the coming full moon. Use this time wisely. This is a time for new beginnings. Die the old to begin again. Use this energy to discover what has been holding you back. Plant seeds of manifestation. Harness the energy of all things of beauty. Remember, we talked about gratitude. Look after yourself, and you'll be ready to throw yourself into the black new LIlth moon, super moon. Woo! It's a perfect time for the super moon. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? Listen, big up to all the Leos in your house, you masterful manes, you beautiful lionesses and lions, you wonderful beings. This is your time. You're bringing in all these eclipses. You're actually your birthday, your anniversaire, what is your solar return? You get to pull in all of that because y'all came in with that energy. So big up to all the lionesses in the house. Make sure you take this time because this is more so your new moon. And depending on where it is in your house, which house that some of you have where the houses kind of transit. I'm not the best at astrology, but I know if it sits well in your house, it means that you're going to super moon manifest. So make sure that you are taking your best intent. And like it says, there needs to be some caution. Don't let zero rain on your parade. Listen, if it means that you're cleaning your house, you say hi. If you feel that someone's energy is a little off, you'd be like, you know what? I wish you well. Peace. I'll see you. I'll see you at the end of the month. Really try to avoid dealing with those who are maybe still really dealing with their shadows. There's a lot of emotional people out there right now in the matrix. And what's necessary is for you to take this time without judgment to really do things to cultivate yourself. There isn't anything wrong with that. Self-love is the most important love. So we already decided to fast for 7 days. I decided that Thursday would be perfect because many of you want to celebrate, and that's fine. Food is a form of celebratory behavior. So I started with the fruit and everything. I did drink coffee today. And I will drink, yesterday. And I will drink coffee today on our new moon because I'm celebrating, right? So I want to celebrate the new moon, the new black super LIlth moon. And then tomorrow I will go to the fasting of the coffee. The food, I don't have a problem eating fruit. Many of you know I could be a raw fruitist, a fruity. I could be a raw fruity for every day. I'm just that type. I'm an island girl, So for me, eating fruit every day is I'm about that life. All right. So let me bring up the LIlth in this aspect. Yes, somebody want to ask about the LIlth. Hold on. Okay, I think it gives, hold on. I think it gives the houses. Hold on one second, family. Maybe I can do this properly. Because it's really going to discuss, okay, here we go. Does it have everyone? Oh, wow. I'm going to, okay, so family, I'm actually going to do a pit boss moment. I'm going to talk about LIlth in every house. So listen up. This is if LIlth is in this house, this is how it will affect you. It's the first time I'm able to do this. I have this, someone sent me this app and it kind of breaks down this everything in astrology for me. So here we go. So this is where, so let me explain this. In your natal chart, where LIlth is by sign house, an aspect is where you may have felt ashamed, shamed, ridiculed, stifled, deeply misunderstood, or repressed in some manner. For whatever reason, you are wary of expressing those traits or parts of your personality freely and unapologetically, and you can quite feel uncomfortable with people who are doing so, okay? Black moon LIlth is not a planet or a body, but rather a point. It should not be confused with an asteroid. LIlth, black moon LIlth sign. Okay, so I'm going to go through the different signs that LIlth sits in. Okay, so LIlth, if LIlth is in Aries, LIlth in Aries. Okay, first one. If you're Aries, any Aries in the house? Here we go. LIlth in Aries has felt the asserting themselves and making executive self-centered decisions is selfish and otherwise wrong. They may have felt shame for displaying self-centered traits, for taking the lead without asking, or making self-centered choices. They may feel weary of people expressing Aries traits, largely because they are shocked at how they can do so without apology. There can be some fear of taking the lead, asserting oneself, and making executive decisions, but simultaneously desire to do so, which can lead to extremes of behavior in these areas. Learning to accept these traits in themselves is the key. This can also apply to LIlth in the first house, okay? LIlth in Taurus. Any Taurians in the house? Taurus in the house? Any Taurians? Okay, Taurus, this is for you. LIlth in Taurus has felt shame. Can people time mark this if you could? If you get a chance, can you time mark it? So I know some people want to know the houses, so if you could time mark when I read this, so when it comes to the video, they can see it. Please, if you don't have to though. LIlth in Taurus has felt shame for self-indulgence, not sharing, holding on to possessions too tightly, and for enjoying themselves without apology. They feel guilty or wrong for doing these things, which can lead to all sorts of behaviors, whether it's about hoarding, purging, or in between these extremes. But feeling ashamed for indulging oneself or getting comfortable, they may have a hard time feeling truly satisfied or sated, but can also fear the state of wanting. Perhaps they were punished in some manner for being slow, savoring things, or enjoying indulging themselves. This can also apply to Lilith in the second house. Okay? Lilith in the second house. Lilith in Gemini. Lilith has felt shame for speaking too much or too little, or for their intelligence or social skills. They may be wary of people who seem to be indulgent in these ways, who are social butterflies, or who talk too much, or who seem to flaunt their intelligence. Their curiosity may have been stifled in some manner, and they can fear not being considered smart. They can be wicked with what they say when they're angry. I know, Geminis. Shame in these areas can lead to extremes of behavior and feeling and being out of control. Working on self-acceptance is the key to empowerment. This can also apply to Lilith in the third house, okay? So that was Lilith in Gemini. Lilith in Cancer. We have any Cancers in the house? Any Cancers in the house? Where are all my Cancers? Yes, that's right. Where's Pisces? You're right. Why'd they skip Pisces? Huh. I think they're going by the way it goes with the houses. Don't worry, I'll probably get there. No worries. Okay, Lilith and Cancer. Lilith in Cancer has felt ashamed for being needy or dependent for whatever reason, and feels awkward or even angry with people who display these traits without apology. Their nurturing nature was stifled in some way, and they can feel very uncomfortable asking for help and or expressing their own nurturing nature as a result. This discomfort can lead to extremes of behavior in this area and then misgivings afterwards. And the cycle then continues. Working on self-acceptance is the key to the empowerment. This can also apply to Lilith in the fourth house. Does everyone have that? Lilith in the fourth house. Okay. Lilith in Leo. I'm wondering why it skipped Pisces. Hold on. Let me just make sure Pisces is in here. That's weird that it would skip Pisces. Okay, it's coming up. Okay, sorry. It started off with the first sign, which is Aries. So it's kind of like Pisces would be the last one. Okay, so hey, the Leos. Who are the Leos in the house? I know we got Leos all over this piece. Big up to all the Leos. Put your lion faces on the board, all you Leos. Big up to all the Leos. Blissful anniversaire. Happy birthdays coming up. This is for you. Lilith in Leo has felt ashamed or otherwise wrong for calling attention to themselves, for seeking the spotlight, or for seeking to be better than others in competitions. I love you, my Leos. Don't worry about it. They may feel uncomfortable with people expressing their leonine traits. This shame or discomfort can lead to extremes of behaviors in these areas, which can exacerbate the problem. They need to find ways to accept the very natural need for applause. Self-acceptance is the key to moderation and empowerment, you beautiful Leos. This can also apply to Lilith in the fifth house. Look at you, beautiful Leos. I love you. You like to take my shine sometimes, but I let you go because you're so pretty. Your hair is so nice and full. I let you Leos take the spotlight. I'm not trying to compete with you. Okay, so Lilith and Virgo. Lilith and Virgo has felt ashamed of or wrong about paying special attention to the practical side of life, attention to details, organization, and routines. This is why I love you, Virgos. I don't have many of you Virgos in my life, but I need you. They may go to pains to prove they're not ordinary, worried, eager to please, or concerned with details enough to perfect a craft or project. Leaving many projects unfinished can be a sign of perfectionist expectations. This way, they don't have to deal with the prospect of not producing something perfect. Extremes of behavior and binging, purging in these areas can be a sign of imbalance. Working on self-acceptance is the key to empowerment. This can also apply to Lilith in the 6th house. Anyone in the 6th house? Big up to you, Virgos. I love you, Virgos. Lilith and Libra. Lilith and Libra. We have Libras in the house. We got any Libras? Where are my Libras? Where are you beautiful Libras, you balancers? Where are the balance beam people? There we go, some Leo. Oh, we got some Libras in the house. Okay. Lilith and Libra has felt ashamed or wrong for needing companionship or seeking approval from others. Or they may otherwise feel that dependency and compromise are weak and not right, and can feel uncomfortable with people who seem to need these things. In the absence of self-acceptance regarding these very real needs, extremes of behavior in these areas can be the result, and it perpetuates the cycle of the problem. Working on self-acceptance is the key to the empowerment. This can also apply to Lilith in the 7th house. Big up to all my Libras in the house. Oh, you darn Scorpios. Where are you Scorpios in here? I'm nervous with you Scorpios. But I could rock with you. I just want I'm trying to keep from pissing you Scorpios off. Where are my Scorpios? You interest. Oh, look at you. Oh, y'all came out of the women. Look at the Scorpios. I love it. Y'all are the ones I set out to get information. You're my intellist. A Scorpio can find the midst of anything. They are like the best spies. Let me go. All right, Lilith in Scorpio has felt ashamed for natural need for intimacy, attachment, and depth contact. They may feel wrong if they are expressing jealousy or possessiveness, attachment, etc., and can feel uncomfortable around those who are especially passionate and attached. Lack of self-acceptance in these areas can lead to extremes of behavior that exacerbate the problem. Empowering themselves involves working on accepting these qualities. This can also apply to Lilith in the 8th house. So Scorpios, you just have to work on that. Sometimes you Scorpios, you delve so deep. Sometimes you find out, you get all the skeletons out of the closet, and it makes you feel a little jealous sometimes, or a little, like venomous. I've seen Scorpios go ham on people. Woo! I love you, Scorpios. I'm trying to be your friend. Lilith and Sagittarius. Where my Sagittarius is in the house. Where are my other fire signs? Where are the Saggies? Come on out. Come out, Saggies. Come on out. Come out. Oh, Vivian. Oh, there you go. Oh, Sagittarius coming out of the woodwork. Come out of the closet, Sagittarius. Oh, we're never in the closet. That's the problem. And we'll tell you about it, and then we'll curse you out if you don't get it right. Anyway, so Lilith in Sagittarius has felt ashamed of their curiosity, questions, relentlessness, the need to challenge and question life, facts, beliefs, or the need to get away, expand, and seek meaning. Woo! That is so true. They may feel uncomfortable around people who are expressing these Sagittarius traits, not quite trusting themselves. That's true. Whenever I meet someone who has like Sagittarius things and they're always questioning themselves, I'm like, why? Yeah, it does bother me. However, when feeling stressed, they can go to extremes in these areas. Working on self-acceptance is the key to empowerment. This can also apply to Lilith in the 9th house. Big up to all you Sages. We got to work on that. We sometimes we're a little judgmental when it comes to those who question everything about the things they do. We like certainty. We like to find things out. We vet it out. Big up to all the Sages in the house. Oh, Capricorn. Where are my Capricorns? Anybody a Capricorn in the house? Where are my Capricorns? You beautiful, wonderful. You guys are good in business. I love you Capricorns because I want to do business with you. I love the way you think. I love the certainty of the things you do, the accuracy. I could say things about you Capricorns all day. I like you. My mother was a Capricorn. She wasn't the most like super, super loving, but she was always on point with the things she did. You know what I mean? So anyway, Lilith in Capricorn has felt ashamed of otherwise wrong for their desire to excel, succeed, or reach for worldly goals and ambitions. And they may feel uncomfortable around people who seem materialistic, status conscious, or particularly business-minded and practical or ambitious. It can be hard to connect with their own ambitions. and need for others' esteem, but going there and allowing yourself to feel these needs can be life-changing. On the other hand, if they feel uncomfortable with these things, they can go to extremes in these areas and then feel badly afterwards. The path to empowerment is self-acceptance and moderation. This can also apply to Lilith in the 10th house. I love you, Capricorns. I love you, love you, love you. Just, don't judge others for being like you. Lilith and Aquarius, where are my Aquariuses in the house? Where are my Aquariuses in the house? Any of my Aquariuses? Where are my Aquariuses, you wonderful water bearers? Where are you? Oh, we got Aquariuses in the house. Oh, snap. They're coming out. Oh, here comes the Aquarius. We're going into the age of the Aquarius. Come on. There you come. The gang is coming out. Lilith and Aquarius has felt ashamed or off for wanting to be a part of the group, team, or community, for being one of the crowd, and can feel quite wary of people who seem to need these things. The answer is not to reject these basic needs, since this can result in binging and purging on a social level, going all out, feeling bad about it, and then hiding away. That's Aquarius. And then repeating the cycle. I know you Aquariuses do that. Sometimes y'all go out all the time, and then all of a sudden we don't see you for like 6 months. Self-acceptance can help empower them and put an end to the extremes of behavior in these areas. This can also apply to Lilith in the 11th house. I do know Aquariuses do that. They're all in or all out. It's wild though, because when Aquarius is all in, they're all in. But then you may not see them for a while. It's beautiful. All right, Pisces, you're the last, but you're not the least. Okay, Pisces, where are my Pisces in the house? Where are my beautiful Pisces? Y'all been waiting patiently because we started at Aries. Where are my Pisces? Oh, snap. Where the Pisces coming in? Here we go. Pisces in it. Oh, look at my beautiful water signs. You are all the perimeter to the energies. You, my loves, how I gear what's going on in the environment. You're the most beautiful and sensitive sign. I love you, and I'm so protective of you. So Lilith in Pisces has felt ashamed or off for being needy, compassionate, or wishy-washy. Or for their spiritual side. And this person can feel uncomfortable or annoyed with people who resist labels, who are not very assertive or ready to take the lead. Rejecting or feeling ashamed of their basic needs in these areas can lead to extremes of behavior and repeated cycles of binging and purging with these traits. The key to moderation and empowerment is self-acceptance. This can also apply to Lilith in the 12th house. The thing with you beautiful Pisces is that you feel everything. And one thing with you do like to be around those who have more assertiveness, more grounding. So when someone isn't taking that role, but they kind of seemingly are at that role, that pisses off Pisces. Pisces, it's not that they want to be led, but they need certainty. They need some sort of congruency in some of the people around them because they're so fluid. That's what I love about you, you beautiful Pisces. It's one of I'm most protective of Pisces, because I know Pisces can be so subjected to the planetary shift, other people's moods, anything. And I just think that they're one of the signs that are, we should really put in a wonderful room with goodies and snacks and only bring them out when the energies are too high. That would be considered hostage, right? But I think it's okay. I think you guys need to be protected. So guys, so let's just say, okay, so let's see. Is Lilith an indication of a person's sexuality? No. They were just asking questions. So basically, we have a huge event. It's not so much event. It's a couple things happening today. We have Mercury coming back from retrograde. So basically it's going back direct, which we can feel lightening up. We have Lilith aspect, which is showing up with the family dynamics. You notice that it has to do with the family dynamics. So a lot of things may pop out of the closet. Like I said, Uncle Ted may have been, smoking weed for like 20 years and nobody knew until, Uncle Ted went to the hospital and somebody had to look for his keys. And then all of a sudden they found his stash of weed. You know what I mean? So anything can happen right now. Just be accepting that whatever comes at this time is for your greatest and highest good. This is how I accept everything. And if you accept that anything that comes and needs to be addressed, address it. Because the more that you avoid it, the more it's going to cause stagnation. And clean house. Clean those areas of your house, and as in physical house, as in outer, your perimeters, your general geographical house, your physicality. Clean your house. That's why we're doing the fast. We're cleaning ourselves for 7 days. My feet feel better already. That lets you know that something's going on. And also clean the spirit. Your auric, your outer layer, your shield. Your auric, your macabre. Clear it out. Clear it out by accepting things that are for you, without having a level of judgment. That helps make sure you're writing and writing with things that you desire or you accept. And like I said, it's always better to sit in gratitude. I'm grateful for the cherries. I'm grateful to have cherries whenever I desire, and that how amazing they make me feel when I eat them. Something as small as that, someone would be like, that's so small. If you aren't able to accept and appreciate the smaller things, there isn't any way the universe is going to give you higher and grander things if you can't even appreciate the little things that you have. So it's important for you to really pay attention to bringing in gratitude with everything today, especially in life, just in life. I'm grateful to be able to come on here in a laptop and just talk to you at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful I can have this conversation with some magnificent people, 231 magnificent people on here. I'm grateful to have the conversation with you. And if you could just put a like on the video, please, since they are now starting to, kindly, I don't know what they're doing, some sort of survey. So, if it's 231 people, please, I appreciate it. I never cared before, but now they're doing surveys, and it seems like only my videos seem to be surveyed, because I'm sharing information on mermaids. Go figure. So, I'm playful tonight. I decided to come on. I'd been cleaning all day, and I had a couple minutes, and I was saying to myself, I wanted to talk about, I'm excited about the black new super moon in Lilith. I mean, it's just a grandiose time. Plus we have the Lionsgate and the whole the Mercury Retrograde. Mercury's going back direct. I mean, we have a lot of things to celebrate. So I wanted to basically bring this in with you guys. It's a beautiful time in the neighborhood, in the planet. I was talking to the neighbor today. I said, you know what? I feel amazing. I really do. I really feel grateful to be here on this planet. As bonkers as everything is, as much as chaos is crossing the world globe, it's just the most magnanimous time. And I really appreciate it. So at the end of the day, I'm just grateful to be able to have cherries with my friends, chill out, have a conversation about the things that we desire and the things that are going on without censure. And, hopefully we'll all kick it after the pole shift. So what's going on, everybody? Let me read some comments in here. Super black moon is an omen, something bad about to come. Listen, you know what, Kimmy? There isn't anything, if we keep the judgment out of it, anything that happens to cause a realignment or to make us see from a different lens, it's always going to come out for our benefit. So if we, So even with me reading that things would come out of the closet, if you can't change what you don't acknowledge. So if something's hiding in the closet and you find out about it, you'll be like, you know what? I felt a certain way and I kind of felt like something was being hidden. And then when you see it, it's kind of like a relief. It's like, okay, that's what it was. Okay, now I know what it was. Okay, now I know. So what else is there to have that, that underlying creepiness of like knowing something's there and not seeing it? I prefer to see it. I would prefer, a lot of times, and I say this all the time, I'm so grateful to have for seeing certain things, for things showing up to me, because I can deal with it. You can't deal what you can't see, and you're unable to change what you don't acknowledge. So it's okay. New beginnings for some and endings for others. It's all about perception. Exactly, Black Hippie. Absolutely. I absolutely agree with you. There is nothing you can run from. It's already faced at some point. I agree with you, ACL. You talked about a twin flame code before. Oh yeah, grateful for the veil being lifted, veil being lifted. Yes, yeah, the twin flame code. Well, you know, Luna Ash has some good intel too. Woo! I get to Luna Ash. Where's Luna? Luna, are you sleeping? Luna's probably sleeping. She's doing the righteous thing and getting sleep. I'm up drinking bamboo charcoal water and cherries. Only a Sag could do this. I'm going to get into the coding of, we're seeing it. There is actually a code. It's true. There's not just one code, it's several codes when it comes to the twin flames, but I like to vet it out, and that will be a whole nother video. And that's going to be like probably we'll have to do a whole show on that. It's amazing because it's vetting out. So whenever I get a whole bunch of synchronicities and coding that shows up, I mean, it's showing up, so I can vet it out now. She posted 15 minutes ago. Luna's up late. Luna, I'm sleepless in Orlando. She's up too. You know what it is, family? I don't know. I got you. Oh, you got it. Yeah, the bamboo charcoal. You know what's interesting? I said, we haven't been able to sleep. And I got up early this morning. I'm thinking to myself, I was like, I should be tired because like I said, I was cleaning, I was moving furniture, getting stuff out. My guy is coming and putting this stuff at my neighbor's house, helping my neighbor bring it in. And it's so funny because I'm really energized. Oh my God, I brought here again, woke up out of sleep, didn't get an alert. Oh my gosh, you're just coming on? Yeah, I mean, the sleep, it's like so interesting that for the last couple weeks, since I've been back from Brazil, I have not been able to sleep. And it's not that I'm tired. It's not that I'm like bugging out, but it's almost like I haven't a need for as much sleep, which is interesting. You're wide awake too? It's weird. Yeah, it's like, but there isn't any tiredness with it. Like I won't get as much sleep, but then I'll get up and I'll be okay. Sleep, I'm not even tired. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know if it's the time. Okay, so family, you know that the timelines are collapsing. All dimensions are collapsing. So we have the convergence. It could do with the convergence. This is where Dr. Deborah Blair, I would really, I know I say it, and I try not to say it anymore because it makes me sad. But like Dr. Deborah Blair is the only one I could call. Like I could call Dr. Blair right now at 2:00 in the morning. And like I said, I've called him before and he's juicing. Dr. Blair would be juicing at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And he was the only one I trusted, like to ask him this. Like I would say, listen, I would say, hey, because my nickname's Del. His name is Del. So Delbert. So his nickname is Del. He always make jokes. Hey, Del. Hey, Del. So I'd always ask him a question, and it's hard because some things I don't know. And there are things that only he knows. And I don't trust everyone in that arena. He knew so much. And I don't even think people gave him as much credit as could have been. But I mean, I could ask him anything. And it wasn't like he just knew everything. It's just that he had lived so vastly. You know what I mean? Like he studied, he was like me. He researched everything. He was in everything. He had researched everything. He vetted things out. He knew so much. And I just wish sometimes, I could call him and just say, hey, I have a question. This would be the question I would have. Like, what's going on with the post of it? Are we sleepless because of the convergence? And he would have the right answer, So I don't know. I'm having a nostalgic moment because I'm going to post it on IG. I have the last time I was hanging out with Delbert Blair. I have the actual card. Was it the last time? Yeah, that was the last time that I've seen Delbert Blair. It was 2012. I have the actual flyer where he did the last lecture that I went to. And yeah, I took pictures of it today with his business cards, because he always used to have the coolest business cards. So my IG is Del, DELL _ goddess, GHADDESS _ Yeah, I have the cards. It's really cool. I took cards. He had one with the dragon and then one with the UFOs that are pyramids. I loved his cards. He's like the coolest man. So I just found them today. See what happens when you clear out your closet? I cleared out the closet and I had saved the flyer that I had the last lecture that I went with Dr. Delbert Blair, and I had his business cards with it. Isn't that crazy? Oh my God. I was like, oh my gosh, that is crazy. Yeah. I just, I can't even touch him. Some people compare, they'll say, Florban, you remind me of him. No, I can't remind you of him. He's so amazing. He supersedes everything. He's everything. Everything that he knows, I would love to know much. He's beyond, he had so much knowledge, so much. I love him. He was amazing. I know I'm getting nostalgic. It's kind of like that retrograde coming back full circle. Yeah, it's amazing. I think, I want to start playing some of his old videos again. Maybe I'll start uploading some of his old lectures. Maybe I'll put some of his old lectures on here. I got to find out how to do it. But I think it would be really awesome to have a couple clips from his lectures, because a lot of people don't listen to him as much anymore. At least I don't see it. And that would be really cool, because I think you guys would really appreciate. Some of you who don't know Dr. Blair, you would really appreciate him. Really, really amazing man. Really amazing man. Fleur, someone mentioned to me that when they can't reach anyone in times of crisis, they take it as a sign to be with themselves. Yes. Thank you, Martin. When you ask for someone outside of yourself, it's time to ask yourself. Thank you, Martin. That's right. J. Bois. Thank you for that. Marie, Marine J. Bois. You're French ou pas le français? Marine is French. Marine. You're absolutely correct, because you always have what you need at the time you need it. I love that you know that. Yeah. So if you have everything you need. If I'm in the house and I'm like, you know what, I need something, I always have what I need. So I know that if I'm in something, I know it's going to be around, whatever's necessary. So you're absolutely correct. Maybe I do have the answer, but maybe I'm not trusting in my answer. So yeah, you're absolutely correct. His enterprise on protecting the electronics is awesome. Oh my gosh, Ed, right? He was like, that's why I have diodes. Listen, this is why I have diodes on my phone. It's Delbert Blair who got us into this. He was before anybody was talking about this, right? Many of you know, look, he was the one who told us to have this years. Listen, 2005, right? He was telling us to have this years ago. He had vetted out the company that had the transmutation board that now they don't sell anymore. He was the one who did that. Remember that? Oh my gosh. Oh, 111. Those are for all those in the other coast. Yeah. He had us doing things to protect ourselves. He was the one who told us that we were being radiated by our phones. And before I got pregnant with my daughter, this was in 2007. So I had her 2006. He's the reason I haven't used a microwave. Listen, not me personally. Some people will use microwaves around me, but since 2006, I haven't used a microwave for 2005, 2006. I think 2005 or 2006. I haven't used a microwave since 2005 or 2006 because of Delbert Blair. That's how profound his information really, really enlightened me. He was like, why would you cook your food with radiation? Yeah, I remember him saying that. I remember showing my husband. He was like, you know what? That's right. But my husband kept using the microwave. I wouldn't use the microwave. So all through my pregnancy, 2005, well, right before I got pregnant, so 2006, I think around 2006. 2006, Florburn hasn't used a microwave since 2006, okay? And it's now 2019, okay? That's how long he did that. He illuminated me to understand that that's craziness to have that, and that they never tested to see what radiation does long-term on people's body, and the fact that it was killing your food, because when you nucleify food, it kills all the enzymes, so there isn't any nutrition in it, so you might as well eat cardboard. It was Dr. Delbert Blair who put me on that. It was amazing. What else? This also, this is not a regular crystal, right? Dr. Blair. I guess it's the retrograde. This is from, my hair gets caught. My hair always gets caught in this. Anybody when you have super long hair, my hair wraps like a snake around my jewelry. I got to it's like stuck. I hate to rip it off. Okay. Dr. Double Blair was a one. This is not a regular crystal. This is like $70 from the you guys have the name. What's it called? Energy. You guys always put the name on for me, and we have the name. This is, yeah, I got the pennant. Yes, you got the same pennant, Jennifer. Yes, see, Dr. Double Blair. This is from there. This is an energy thing that keeps my energetic field pure. So what it does, I got it wet, so I was really upset because you're not supposed to get it wet because it has like this material on it, but it's worked anyway. So I put this on to keep my energetic field good, especially with my feet and everything. And this is Dr. Double Blair had me do this. I mean, you know, a lot of times we aren't realizing that we're okay. We're okay. It's not, it isn't trusting in our first mind. And that's a statement that he also said to me was trust in your first mind. Your first mind will always be correct, always. And it took me a while to really, because I was having experiences that were with ETs. I was walking, I was seeing things, portals in my backyard. I mean, when Delbert Blair came into my life, I don't tell you half the things that man helped me with. There were things going on. I had like a couple of acres. Remember, I was a farmer. So I was farming and I had the babies. I had stuff popping in my backyard. I'm serious. He helped me with that. And I don't talk about as many times as that man had been, really walking me through things that I could not even understand. I didn't have words for. So amazing. I could talk about him all day. But we're all good. We're all good. If we trust in our first mind, everything, if you have that first mind, like you walk out the door and something says for you to get a sweater and you're thinking to yourself, the second mind is always wrong. But the second mind told you, why would you think about a sweater? But the first mind said, get a sweater. Next thing you know, you go to a theater or a doctor's office and it's freezing. And you realize that the first mind was telling you what you were supposed to do. Because you always are, premonition is part of who we are. That sixth sense is something that comes with us. We innately know everything. So before you second guess yourself, the first mind will always tell you anything. Like I remember thinking to myself, I shouldn't go here right now. And then there would be a big car crash, like in the middle of the road. Those things you have to be more confident about your sixth sense because everybody has it. Now, the only people who don't have it are people that maybe psychologically or maybe unwell or have demons in them. I'm serious, like attachments. Like if you have archons, demonic attachments, overlay grays, they will impede on your first mind. So they take over. They're like in your brain. Okay. So those are times when you are being, co-piloted or actually steered by other beings outside of yourself. That's the only time you shouldn't listen. I hope I'm helpful. I have moments like I know that there's times when I try to be as helpful as I know that I can, and I share everything. So I do make sure that, like him, I think I'm just as transparent. There's certain things that I have to learn, or I have to see from different angles sometimes. So sometimes I have to pull back and see from other angles, but I try my best. Aluna said the blackout in New York was caused by the second sun. Oh, snap. Listen, the second and third sun are online, and I told you about the conjunction that's coming about. Cherry Bomb, I was wondering why I couldn't see the moon earlier. Yeah, there's no moon. It's a new moon. It's a new moon. This is the best part. The moon manipulates women. So this is a LIlth moon. This is our joint. This is actually for the divine feminine, and it's on the 31st. So it has to do with men. So men probably will be more affected by today because remember, the 13 is representative of the divine feminine. 31 is the inversion of that. So it's men who will be affected most likely today. So if you see anything kind of purging, it may more so be with the males dealing with it because they're in that 31st, and it's LIlth. So LIlth is like the commander, and she's very unapologetic, and she checks men like she checks anything that she feels is imbalanced. So men might feel it more so today. You most certainly are helpful. Thank you, AJ. I appreciate it. Fleur, do you have a sense of what macro changes mean for people in 20s or younger? Fringe channel sites, etc. always vibes with me, but I still feel effing lost, late, wrong. Hey, Marin. Macro changes. I don't know. Well, I'll answer in the way I think you mean. With the younger demographics, and I'm going to use that very loosely because the younger demographics are actually older than those in avatars. It's actually flip mode. Those who seemingly have a more seasoned chronological age in this matrix are younger than some of the younger ones coming in younger avatars who are older in chronological age as far as spirit is concerned. A lot of times with the young millennials or the younger demographics, their experience is going to be very different than ours. Why? Is because they're coming here almost like a cleaning crew. They're getting trained in technology, higher fields of quantum physics and entanglement. They're dealing with sacred geometry and supreme mathematics. Their level of training spiritually and evolution is totally different. It's like some of us, I was born on analog, not full analog, like an upgraded analog. I had to upgrade myself to more digital. The young demographics, the younger ones, like in their, their teens and their 20s, young 20s, they're born digital with they're not upgraded. They come with all the right tool, the right engineering for the times they're coming into. So they aren't phased by the things that we bother some of us from Generation X and previous ages. They deal well with adversity and multitasking because they're coming into a world where they are built to come in as basically to help to clear, cleanse, and reestablish the new societies post-pole shift. So if you're feeling a certain way, my young person, it's because you have to follow the path that is more so for your demographics of beings. Crystals, maybe your blue ray. I don't know what star seed you may be from. You guys have different, agenda. You have a different purpose. So if you follow me and you mimic me, you may not feel that you're doing things accurately because I'm from a different time frame and I'm a different soul group. It's better to stay with what you're good in and what you're allured by. So if you're allured by certain things, that means that's what you're supposed to pool into and master it. I hope that was helpful. I don't know if that's what you wanted to ask. I hope I answered that correctly. Assignment. Thank you. Christine knew the word I was trying. Assignment. Your assignments are different. I'm surprised everyone is still up. I know, Javier, we can't sleep. Okay, I was a toddler who knew how to work my mother's computers better than she did. Exactly, AJ. Marin, thank you. That's what you meant. Okay. Yeah, it's different. You have a different assignment. Thank you for the word I needed, Christine. A different assignment. You're different star groups. You're here for, some of you are the cleanup crew. Some of you are the reestablishers of technology. You're here to reestablish the new way that we will engage in the world after this collapse of this particular cycle. So it's different. Then when you look at someone like me who's seasoned, and I'm talking more into I'm in another genre. I'm almost like one of the ones who sits here and maybe helps to be a liaison or delegates to the others what is helpful for them to do and what's not. So try to just stay in your own feeling of what you desire, like what propels you, because that's really what arena you should be in. Don't worry about us and other people or anybody you watch. Everybody watching people is okay and observing them, but don't try to mimic them because you're unique in the way you came in as a star family. Like there's indigos on here, there's blue rays, there's crystals, there's a lot of the star seeds. I mean, y'all are coming in fully up. There's no upgrade. You're already with the system that's capable of dealing with whatever's going on right now. You can deal with the radiation. You do well with all the GMO foods. You guys come online. For all of us from a certain other age, we gotta upgrade, and we have to, and we also have to add things to our system to be able to, keep afloat. It's a little different. Yes, please put the like button. I'd appreciate it if you put the like button. Thank you. Yeah. Sun, moon, rising. I mean, we're living in amazing times. And like I said, today is a new super Black Lilith moon. Wait, let's say it again. A new black new super Lilith moon. I mean, we got a lot going on today. And the Mercury retrograde is going back direct. And it's Lionsgate, and it's eclipse season. Woo! You talk about, that's what I'm saying, you beautiful millennials, you're built for this. You are. I have to take, well, I can't take naps anymore because the collapsing timelines are making it hard to sleep. But you're built for this. We have to take my time. Like a lot of times you don't realize I get a little frustrated with some of the computer stuff because I can't really figure it out. Like even this, I would like to talk to people on here. There's like a program that could be put on so I could put people side by side with me. I don't even want to take the time to do it. It could be considered lazy, but I'm a nature person. You put me out in the woods, you put me out in nature, I will, bust the move. You know what I mean? If you put me out in the soil, I'll show you what plants are edible, what isn't. If you take me by a waterfall, I'll be there all day luxuriating. That's just the being that I am. I'm here to illuminate the elemental aspect. Technology is not necessarily my thing. So, I show up in the world a little differently. For me, I would prefer to be naked and unafraid, eat mangoes on a hammock in front of a waterfall every morning with my friends and family. That's how I would be. If it was my choice, you know what I mean? I would be grateful to be in that. So Marin's saying, there's so much I don't know at every level, but my spirit chose this. This is my time. Friend said I am the game, and I get scared crying regarding your destiny. There isn't anything crying to about your destiny, love. You are your destiny. By the very nature of you showing up to this conversation right now, it means you're equipped. Putting a lot of pressure on yourself, just avoid that. It's unnecessary. Whenever it's time for you to rest, and question zero of that. So sometimes you get a lot of information and you have to retain it. You actually have to absorb it. You can't just get information back to back to back and get overwhelmed and then not and have zero times to retain it. That's what retrogrades are about. Pulling in all that information that you gained and all that knowledge that you retrieved, and being able to review everything that you've learned. And then when the retrograde is back into direct, you can actually apply that to your life. Okay. So sometimes it's a time of rest. It's not all the time we have to, you got Joe Sam said, do we believe this? Oh, hold on. Oh, what happened? Hold on. Let me. Okay. Sorry, Joe Sam. If this isn't Joe Sam, you shouldn't come to a party that you can't even understand the language of the people at the party. If you come in our house, you have to be respectful and you have to wipe your feet. If you're unable to understand the conversation, or it sounds like we're speaking another language, then maybe it's time for you to leave. This isn't a party for you, and you probably weren't invited. Some people come. Sometimes people invite other people from. You ever have like people invite other people to a party, like they're friends, but they'll invite their other friends, and then the other friends come in and are like totally out of place? That's kind of like that, gentleman. That's why I'm okay with our beautiful group being very nice and closely niched. I like close perimeter. I like to know all our people. When people come in and disrupt based on their own judgment or their lack of self-awareness, it kind of throws the vibe off a little bit. It's no shade to you. I wish you well. Just, this isn't a party for you. You came in with your feet a little dirty, you're disrespectful, and you have to leave. Okay. If you want to come and listen to the conversation, maybe learn something from it, then sit down quietly. And maybe you don't have to accept it, but it is what it is. Oh, you getting your cherries, Frank? Oh, I've been eating cherries for days. I'm going to share. What am I going to do without my cherry? Cherry season only lasts for like 2 more weeks. I won't even touch my mangoes. I'm so obsessed with my cherries. I have my mangoes. I have my mangoes in the fridge. I love these cherries so much. I won't even touch my mangoes right now. You did? You almost bought cherries? I love my cherries. Oh my God. They're to me, Like they make me feel they make me feel nostalgic. Like I feel like I'm lying on the grass somewhere in Pennsylvania. It's weird. Like I feel like I'm in the Northeast lying in the grass when it's like almost a cool day when I eat cherries. I don't know. That's my feeling when I eat cherries. I did plant a cherry tree. Remember, many of you know I was a farmer where I lived before. I had 3.5 acres of land, and I grew about a fourth of an acre of raspberries. Many of you knew me, if you knew me from FB. I grew all my trees. I have pear trees that are really big right now. I don't live there anymore. And my cherry tree, I cried for 2 days because she died. When I planted her, the soil wasn't a fit for her, and she didn't make it. But I remember that. I always have that total thought of her. So I was, a lot of people say, well, why do you eat a lot of fruit? And I was a farmer. I am a farmer by nature, and I say farmer, I'm an agricultural nista. I grew a lot of my own food, especially with my babies. I had one baby in the tummy, one on the hip, and I was, digging up, getting things ready, recultivating my garden. I loved it. And I'm going back to a farm when I go to Brazil. So when I'm in Brazil, I'll be farming again. We're going crazy up in here. We're all up 2:30 in the morning. And then last night, were you with us on IG? We were on IG until like 3:00, and they kept cutting me off IG. We were at IG until like 4:00, 3:00 in the morning. Shan was on live with me. We can't sleep. And it's not like I'm drinking coffee at night. It's really weird. And it isn't like tiredness. Like after I get off this live, I told my twin, I said, listen, I just probably want to watch movies because I'm one of those people, like I like to walk around the house. If I'm not tired, I'll walk around the house and clean the house and do more things. So I told my twin, we'll have to hang out tomorrow because when I'm like this, I'm not really restful. I'm antsy. Oh, you have a black walnut tree? Jennifer, in your backyard? That's gold. Oh, black walnut. Jennifer, you're in Michigan. Oh, a black walnut tree is gold. My gosh, we're gonna have to do an exchange from Brazil to your backyard. I swear, we're gonna set up an underground railroad of seeds and nuts. If anyone's experiencing dark spots appearing on your shoulders, a body. Miss Lady said, okay, wait, let's check. Anybody getting dark spots on their shoulders or their body? Anyone? I did get like a bruise on my arm, if that's what you mean. I got a bruise out of the blue. That's interesting you said that. I don't know if you mean that. I got like a weird bruise and I didn't do anything. I got it on my arm here. Is that what you're saying? I wonder if that meant, I'm thinking it's the gravitational pull. I'm really starting to think now it's on your feet. Some people have them. Interesting. Yeah, I got this and I didn't know where it came from. When I saw the spot on my arm, I was like, where'd that come from? Because I didn't hurt myself. I'm not really wild like that anymore. When I used to dance all the time, I used to, because Latin dance family, not dancing on a pole, not to disrespect anybody who dances on a pole. I think y'all are masterful, but I was a dancer. No black spots. Black spots, huh? No, not that I know of, love. I don't think so. I haven't. Not that I know of. Anybody else get black spots in them? Interesting. I'm gonna keep that as I'm gonna ask people on FB if there's anybody who has that. I don't know what that means. Yeah, you keep getting kicked off, Selma. You know what? I think there's some demonics on here so why are they kicking you off of here? There's something too that you got a new black birthmark looking spots. That's interesting. I don't know about that. I would be careful if you have 5G by you. Now that might be radiation exposure. It might be radiation exposure. I would try to go get that looked at. Fleur, your voice heals me. Aw, troll with a purpose. I hope it does. I hope my voice does something. Because I'm a silly goose. I would get that checked out, love. Because I don't know where the towers are placed near your house. Sometimes you got to be careful where the towers are because they do have effects on your body. what I would say is put a sealant on your body. And it can't be plant-based. Now, this is more where I'll give you advice. I don't know if you're a vegan. If you're a vegan, you shouldn't do this. But when I was fasting, I used goat ghee on my skin. People said, "How your skin looks so beautiful?" Yeah, I put goat ghee on my entire skin. Now I just use honey, like black honey, on my skin. I spritz myself, so that's why my skin looks this way. Looks kind of shiny, right? That's honey. But I would put that. Why I say to put that on your skin? Ghee is amazing. Yeah, it is. And people don't like. If you're a vegan, then you don't want to do it. Yeah, I understand. But if you put animal ghee on your body, it will absolutely seal your skin and help and make you less permeable to radiation. Or nanotech does not like animal stuff on your body. That's why they have us going into the vegetarian vegan phenomenon. How do you make your own deodorant? Oh, the easiest deodorant in the world. Thank you. That's like the easiest. Thank you, Belinda, for asking that. I have the easiest deodorant, and you'll smell like a goddess. All it is baking soda. You can put an essential oil if you want. You don't have to. You can put like a little bit of lime or a tangerine, whatever scent you like. And I was using before I was allergic to coconut. If you're not allergic to coconut oil, that's the primary one because it's antifungal. Coconut oil, mix the baking soda in that with the essential oil. That's your deodorant. It's less than 30 cents. It lasts the whole year. I don't use that anymore. I use avocado oil in mine, or I use black seed oil mixed with but do know that the baking soda does burn underneath your arm a little bit. So you want to make sure you watch the ratio, or lotion first underneath your arm so you create like a barrier, and then put the deodorant underneath. Okay, that'll be helpful. So what's the black? Oh, the black seed oil. I have an aversity to coconut. I'm allergic to coconut. Don't ask me why. It came like later in life. So I use another oil. So I use either avocado oil. Carrot oil is really good. I don't use that as often because that's beta carotene. Or I use black seed oil, which is really good for your skin anyway. It's called, sometimes it's called, what's black seed oil called? What is it called? Neem? Is it called neem as well? I think it's called neem as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, neem. Okay. Thank you, Salma. It's neem as well. So that's his other name. But it works really well. You'll smell like a goddess, and it lasts all day. All day. You can use cumin too. Cumin's very good. Yeah. So, I mean, coconut oil, baking soda, coconut oil, and a little essential. It's a paste. It's magnificent. You'll never have a scent again. The only thing is it burns and it can cause darkness underneath your arms. That's why I said you need a barrier just to protect your armpits so you don't get as much that burning, or you don't get darkness, because it does dye, because it takes away from the perspiration. Okay. But it works well. Nigella, that's right. Angel gave the actual name, Nigella sativa. That's the other name that it's called. There we go. Nigella. You'll see that more likely. Black marks could be abductee surgeries. Could be, Marin, it could be abductee. I never thought of that. Yeah. Why don't you send me pictures for the C-star who has the black marks? Why don't you do this? Why don't you email me the pictures? Send me the pictures of the marks that you have on you, because I can see if I can identify what it may be or what it may not be, rather. So send it to my email at delgaddess@gmail.com. So DELGADDESS@gmail.com. Send it to me. Send me a picture if you don't mind. I don't share your stuff without asking you. I'm not going to send it to scientists. I'm a mommy. I'll keep your business to yourself. I'm not that type of person. But I can see what it is, and I can maybe send it to people who may know what it is, if with your permission. For the last month, I have been sleeping for long periods of time. You sleep a lot. So Kimberly, you've been sleeping a lot. Hey, Melanated High Priestess. I do keep things private. That's right. Melanated High Priestess know me for a while. Yeah, I'll keep your stuff private. I'm very good with that. I realize that privacy is something that many of us don't get very often on this page, but I'm a regular person, and I'm very integrity written in that way. Okay. Even when I'm pissed at people, I don't share anything. That's how integrity written I am. When you know someone's mad, you can see what the worst and best they'll do. Yeah. So if you send me a picture, and people send me pictures of now, people send me pictures of everything, everything they do. So I see ETs. Remember the ET that was a lion being in the back that the homie sent me? The gang member sent me a picture of the ET standing in the window on the third floor. That was the coolest picture. I think that was, to me, one of the most. I can't even find. I gotta look in the archives to see where that picture is. Big up to the homie. Is he on here? He might be on here. It was the homies from Cali. They were chilling in a room, and it was on the third floor. You look in the curtains, in between the curtains. Now, there's no balcony there. It's in the window. There is a lion being. It wasn't photoshopped. It was crazy. One of the best pictures I've gotten. I got to look for the picture. That one. That one should go down in the world of ET fame, because that one was the most legitimate. It was freaky, and it was just homies hanging out. Yeah, the cat. Well, we're in line. We're in that lion energy. We're in that Leo energy. And the Illyrians are also holding home court advantage. They're holding a placement too. So we have a lot of that lioness, that lion, that cat energy. That, you know what I mean? That feline energies all around. Sorry, family. It's 2:41. We're wild. You're Illyrian. Oh, troll with a purpose. See, you're Illyrian. I love it. Lyrians are the coolest. I told you, Lyrians. Y'all are the coolest. Meow meow. Lyrians are the coolest groups online. I appreciate y'all. You're the coolest groups, most accepting, just loving group. Out of all the ET groups, the collectives, I will say I appreciate the Lyrians groups the most. It's just a different kind of vibration. And you can tell that they come. What am I getting all this? I'm getting all this weird stuff on my computer. Hold on. Okay, family. So, family, I think we should head on out. It's 2:41 in the morning. I got the guy coming to do my house, and Fleur, check out my YouTube. Have a blinking craft. You have a blinking craft? I want to see that. Ed, I'm going to check you out. Don't go. Yeah, but I'll be up here until 3 o'clock. I've got the guy coming at like 9 in the morning. I gotta make sure that I'm up bright and early. He's gonna fix the front. I gotta get the furniture out in the morning. I'm trying to clear up. Remember, it's a new moon, so we have to be all ready. Netflix. Y'all gonna be on Netflix? There isn't anybody going to sleep right now. Everybody's gonna stay up. This is, it's like, you ever have a slumber party? This is what it reminds me of. Like, you have a slumber party, everybody comes in, you're chilling. No, there isn't anybody that can go to sleep. You're looking for like old cold pizza, right? As the young girls, you're eating ice cream. This is like the unhealthy version of slumber parties, but you're eating ice cream and cookies. You guys are talking and giggling. This is what I'm saying. I love life. I really. Fleur, I keep trying to post something, got deleted 3 times. I can't email you real quick. What do you mean you're getting, how are you getting deleted? Hold on. This is my email. Hold on. Let me put it in here. Okay, that's my email in there. I think I just put it in there. Okay, that's my email down there. I hope it does. I hope it goes through. Remember, they are infiltrated. That's why I said for everyone, if you come in the room, just put a like on the videos. I don't know what point they're trying. My group is nominal. I don't know. We're just a bunch of ET enthusiasts, and we just talk about everything. They've been trying to do something with my channel. I have a feeling it isn't always negative, but they put a survey in front of my channel, and I haven't gotten a survey on anybody else's channel. So I'm just assuming they're trying to survey me. So I don't know if that's the reason you're getting kicked out a lot. They kicked me off. They kicked me off of IG. Thank you, Vivian. They kicked me off of IG 3 times last night because we were talking about the coastlines and then moving us off the coastlines because they're planning to take them off because they don't want us to connect to our Mer family. They kicked me off and deleted the live streams. It was crazy. I'm not really that popular though, troll with a purpose. I mean, I know who I know. We're, I'm cool with who we know. And someone said, "Well, why don't you promote your videos?" Why would I? We have people who we know for many years. Many people on this channel have been a part of this family for a long time. Like I said, we get people who come in the room, they're disrespectful. You see, they're like, "Are you people really serious?" Why would I want a whole bunch of people that aren't even in our frequency? I'm on here for that. You know what I'm saying? Likes and all that stuff. I put I only want you to have likes so that we show them that this is appreciated, as appreciated channel. But before we talk to each other. So I just think, I'm on here for different purposes. It's a little different. And I'm not saying I'm more legitimate or less, but I came on here to find more people like myself. And I didn't know I'd find 234 people who would actually jive with the topics we talk about. So, I mean, I'm just appreciative of that. That's all. Yeah, I mean, yeah, who wants 1 million followers when, even if you see people who have wait, let me share this with you guys. Listen. Wait, I'm gonna eat a cherry while I'm saying, listen. So my twin flame was watching one of my feeds laughing, right? He was commenting in here. So I go and open, listen, he sends me a message, right? And I open it up and it's a YouTube. Have you guys ever seen this? It's a YouTube channel and the girl is eating her brush. Wait. She has like a microphone and she's whispering. Listen, it's perverted. Were you guys watching this? People who eat. He said, I'm like those people who eat. He said, people want to pay me to eat. He was like, I'm eating cherries and stuff. So he sent me a video. This girl's like, "Hello, everybody. How are you doing?" And then she's, yeah. You don't know. No.
It's ASMR. That's what she's doing.
I did. So she's going like this. And you can hear every single sound in her mouth.
Satisfying. That's what your YouTube is.
Listen, my little one says it's satisfying. Yeah, she said, "Oh, you guys know what it is? Oh my God, you guys are perverted."
Mom.
You guys are perverted. My little one said she watches it too. Oh my God, this is crazy. She was like this. And wait, what did she say? She goes like this. Hello. I was bugging out. I was like, what kind of perverted thing is? She was shoving. Then she had some like chocolate. It was for the black moon. She had some chocolate thing. I remind him of her. I was like, heck no, I don't. What are you perv? I was like, is that what you're watching when we're not together? I said, did you get with me because I'm a chunker? Do you get turned on because I like to eat? Oh my God. She was like, hello. It was perverted. She was like, I've never in my life. Oh my God. It was weird. I was like, what kind of sick world? She was eating a brush. She was it was like a candy brush. She had all this stuff. I was like, where did you get this from? I figured it was like some sort of reveal. I was like, is this something, a fetish you want to show me? Is this something you want me to do for you? Do you want me to become, do you want me to role play? She was like that. Never in my life. I thought it was being punked. I was like, what kind of sick world is this? The girl is eating a brush. She was eating cell phones. Oh, my ears are ringing. I'm getting a message. You guys all knew who she was. Yeah, and then I'm looking at all the people viewing it, and do you know how many subscribers this woman has? What kind of sick world is this? I looked at her subscribe. Why do you think the world is falling apart? Because they're watching her eat a brush. He said that's what he feels like when he sees me eat my cherries live. I told him he isn't allowed to watch my live anymore. I told him he's not allowed to watch. He's going to be banned. I told my twin flame he's going to be banned from my lives because he's not watching. If he feels like if he's comparing me to her who's chewing brushes and cell phones, shoes. Call me old-fashioned, but that to me was crazy. The microphone was so you could hear the saliva in her throat. I was like, oh, this is a fetish that I didn't even know existed. I like to eat, family, but if you feel like that's what you get from me, please just tell me. I will stop eating. And then I had the audacity to read her comments. Oh, family, they took empty seaters to a whole nother planet. The empty seaters from a whole, like the empty seaters on that, I've never seen. Oh, can you eat socks next? Oh, I just want to see you try on shoes. I was like, oh snap, the empty seater brigade is on her feet. Oh my God. Oh, it was hilarious. This is when your twin flame goes wrong. He's not allowed. My twin flame is not allowed to be on my feed anymore. If he's here, you stay your happy behind off my feed. Do not send me any more of your disgusting perverted videos. I'm not going to role play for you. When twinning goes wrong. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I saw her. Everybody knew who she was. Yeah, that was really funny. I'm sorry. You just emailed me. Was trying to say and got deleted 4 times. Marin, it's off the chain. I can't help the powers that be. I've got Smiths and all kinds of ET groups working on my email. It's unfortunate. Like a lot of people think that I get their emails. A lot of times I do or I don't. I get a lot of emails sometimes when I try to open them, but some people will send things that I've never gotten it or messages that I don't see. So I'm sorry. The Smiths don't go to sleep either. Agent Smiths don't go to sleep either. I'm probably the most infiltrated channel on YouTube. That's what I will say. I will lay that claim to fame that Flurboon's channel is the most infiltrated group on YouTube. I've gone to other whistleblowers' channels and it's gone unhinged. They can talk for hours, telling you spells, making you entrain men's minds. They can tell you how to put people to death. They have all kinds of videos, and their videos are never interrupted. People are not kicked out of their rooms. So it lets you know that there's a lot of people on here on YouTube that are agents that are set up purposefully to make people, to take your souls. Because the more attention you give to those kind of people who, I'm not saying they're not legitimate because they're not being infiltrated, but I'm just saying if they're sharing things like that I consider to be game changers spiritually and they aren't being incepted like this channel, I think maybe they were implanted there. Maybe there's something up with that. Yep, there was a Nazi on here. She got banned. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of interesting beings on this. Hold on. There's a lot of interesting beings on YouTube. YouTube, I told you, YouTube is the hood. YouTube is like South Central meets South Bronx meets the worst part of Jersey, and then comes like, on an illegal boat from like Cuba. That's what the YouTube streets are on this platform. That's what it is. It's like the hood times 20. You don't know what's going on this joint. You see so many things going on and you can't really legitimize it. That's why I made the video about be mindful of who you give your energy to, because people will put remember Nature Boy put a whole bunch of production into making people think they just having waterfalls, jumping in Costa Rica, making it look like their life was great. And he didn't tell you they're fighting behind closed doors, doing disgusted things, depraved things, because you will only see what people want you to see. You know what I mean? And sometimes you get a bird's eye view otherwise, but I tell you, you have to utilize your own discernment, and also know that, sometimes, mental health shows up online. Mental health issues show up online. So if somebody was struggling, there isn't any sort of referees here. So, people may be suffering from schizophrenia or some sort of psychoses, and they their way of, expressing themselves as being on this type of media. But the problem is that there are a lot of people who may resonate with that, so it could cause a lot of issues. Yeah, YouTube, right? Melanie High Priestess went through drama with some clown coming for her. Yeah, I remember that. She told me some clown came for her for just mentioning him. That's what I'm saying. You got to be careful. And almost took her channel. She got her channel back, thank goodness, and I'm grateful. But that clown came for her, and then that clown is all over the place. Now he's the #1 supporter of Nature Knot. So I'm saying you got to be careful, because people are only here for whatever popularity, whatever genre it is. I'm not saying I'm not, but I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. And kind of warn me about the handler I was with. You're with the handler, troll with the purpose? It's okay. We all get with handlers sometimes, It's the nature of living in the matrix. You know what I mean? So don't beat up on yourself. Keep it, hidden agendas, right, Melanie High Priestess? Yeah. Try to avoid being hard on yourself whenever you choose a mate that challenges you. The gift that comes out of it is growing into a stronger being, and also gaining higher self-esteem. So, I think the hardest relationships we have in life really give us the biggest gems if we accept them, so keep from being hard on yourself. It's okay. We all choose certain things, and it's really about spiritual evolution. So, it isn't anything that you should ever really beat up on yourself about. Yeah, I found out for your messages of blessing. Aw. Yeah, just have a good time. Every person is meant to help us grow. That's right, Melanated High Priestess. It is. It is. When you look at the components of the soil, even to grow my plants, you look at the bugs and the mites. People think, oh, why do we have mites? Or why do we have spiders? And I used to tell my girlfriend built a deck. I think I told you guys before. This was back near my farm. And I went at her house. She built a beautiful deck. It's gorgeous, like a ceiling fan. And we went outside, and she was like, I'm so upset. I said, what are you upset about? She said, underneath my deck is tons of spiders. I said, what? She said, underneath her deck was tons of spiders. I said, why is that bothering you? She said, because they're there. I said, you notice there's no mosquitoes, right? I said, have we had one mosquito try to bite us since we've been outside eating and enjoying, and it's dusk now? She said, no. I said, you know why, right? Because you have tons of spiders underneath your deck. They aren't bothering you. They serve a purpose. And when you disturb them, then your peace is disturbed. That's the same with certain things in life. Sometimes everything has a purpose. And if we create disharmony in one aspect, then we create disharmony in others. The spiders weren't hurting her or bothering her. They actually helped and assisted her, keeping the pestilence that would bother her during her times when she would relax in her brand new deck. So I let her see from a different perspective, and there's never been another conversation since. Okay. Everything is balance. And what looks like a pest to one is a savior to another. So we have to make sure we look from the perspective. Now, I got that from Jewel Prookman. Big up to Dr. Jewel Prookman. That's another amazing woman. She helped me to see past certain karmic levels and seeing without judgment a lot of times, because everything is meant for the person who's engaging in it, because that is their karmic level of spiritual evolution. And what you may see from one aspect may be seen from a different peripheral with a different lens at a different time. So, I really appreciate she taught me that. That's all Jewel Prookman. Absolutely. I really appreciate it. All right, family. Now I'm actually getting a little tired. We enjoyed ourselves. The Black Supermoon Lilith. It's a black supermoon Lilith. What you gonna manifest? Listen, if you get the inheritance, I want an invitation so I can eat like that woman online. So I can keep my twin flame. So I can eat. Invite me over so I can get a microphone. I'm gonna eat at your house. I'm gonna eat at your house on a loud microphone. That's so sick. Me and my twin flame almost broke up on it. I thought he was sick. I was like, what do you, you know, when my twin, he sent me that. I was like, what the heck is wrong with you? He was doing it to me. I was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, is that what you want me to do? Is that your expectation? You want me to eat for you? I love you, twin flame. I love you. Just don't send me any more eating videos. I'll eat for you, but I'm not eating with a microphone. Oh, let me stop. Anyway, all right, family. I know, and this is crazy because I haven't drank. I drank coffee early this morning. I did. I'm not going to do it on Thursday, but I'm eating my fruit. I'm just drinking charcoal. Everybody, a lot of people come to my site and say, "Is she on drugs?" I remember when they said that I had bags underneath my eyes. I was a heroin. What is methamphetamines? I don't know who has bags underneath their eyes. Somebody said, "Oh, she's on methamphetamines," or I don't know what drug. I don't know which one it is. And I was like, do you realize that mothers have bags underneath their eyes? Maybe I didn't get sleep with my babies for like 3 days. That's at the time when the girls were really young. I was like, how you gonna come on here? And I'm rationally having a conversation. You could tell I am not, there isn't any highness in me. You could tell I haven't had a drink. There's nothing. A healthy spiritual person can tell if someone's drinking or doing drugs. The one thing you should be able to tell with me is that I'm drug-free. 1000%. And I am a mother. I take that job not even a job. I take that position so seriously. I wouldn't even touch anything. I'm not in that. That is out of my lane. Drinking isn't something I would do online. I don't agree with drinking. If I'm coming to you, I like to be clear oracally. I think if you drink and, I'm talking to you, also makes me susceptible to picking up whatever demons are on here. That's also another way that people get infected. So I alcohol. Certainly wouldn't drink alcohol online. So, I don't mind that people drink or smoke or chief, but I'm just saying, to come on a line when someone's having a rational conversation. And it also shows their lack of discernment, because if you're healthy, you should be able to tell if someone's high. I can tell if someone's high by feeling them before they even call me, whether it's high on whatever they're on. Okay. So, that shows a level of limitation based on the fact that they're unable to register proper truth, because that's how I know who you are too. If you can't see from a different lens, from a higher lens, it means you have a limitation. You drink smoothies? Yeah. A Fleur drunk stream. Could you imagine? Yo, now, one thing I say, Kirk used to say, now, when I did have a drink occasionally, like once every couple of months, tequila is my thing. Kirk would say, we don't need Fleur, we don't need you to drink, because I love dancing. The one thing I do when I go out is I love dancing. Could you imagine? So if I'm drinking, you would know, because I'm this times 10. I love life. So it's going to exasperate everything about me. Yeah. Yeah, I don't need to be on drugs. You imagine I see crazy things already. Could you imagine me doing mushrooms or some psychedelic? I'm already seeing things. Could you imagine? I'd go stark mad. I'd be mad. I'd probably get mad. I probably couldn't turn it off. That's one thing we have to be that's where we have to be careful. If you're already sensitive like that, and then you take a drug, a psychedelic, and put that in your system, you might go stark mad. There's people on psycho wards that basically got high off acid one time and never came back. So we got to be careful with that. I'll probably be seeing all kinds of. I'd probably be naked and unafraid in the street. They'd be like, Fleur took her clothes off and she never came back. They'd be like, woman, put your clothes on. Anyway, family. So I'm gonna head on out. What do we do? Wow, 3:00 in the morning. I think for all of us who we chilled out on here. Thank you guys for joining. It was beautiful. I love having conversations with you. Enjoy your black Lilith new supermoon. Enjoy it. Be very, very prosperous. I want each one of you to have everything you ever desired. I accept it. I'm grateful to hear about I already know that every one of you will be successful and abundant. I accept it, and I know you do as well. And I hope that you have everything you desire. Make sure you clear out your houses. I'm going to do it in a couple of hours. And make sure you write your intent and your mantras, okay? I love you. Have a masterful, it's not even nighttime, it's morning. Have an amazing morning. Oh, not morning. Amazing rising. Well, we haven't slept. Just enjoy. And don't watch that woman's videos. It's sick. Don't watch that video. And my mate, if he thinks that I'm gonna do those videos to turn him on, he's got another thing coming. All right, family. I love you. Peace. Oh wow.